Blessings, generations of God, blessing. This is heaven, and I want to talk about spiritual inheritance. What is that spiritual inheritance? When you obtain spiritual inheritance, it means that you are receiving spirits from the what? From the spiritual parent, meaning from the spiritual father. That is why it's so important that you honor the spiritual father. That is why it's so important that honor, for you to know that honor does not come by the way they are treating you, whether they treat you good or whether they treat you bad. No. Honor is a command of the spirit. So don't drop yourself, son of God. Don't drop yourself. Back to the spiritual inheritance. When you are receiving an inheritance in the spirit, it comes by what? By a spiritual power, and meaning your spiritual father, right? The Lord give it to him. That which he has given to your father, it is what? Your spiritual inheritance. The spirits of God that has been poured upon your father, that is what? Your spiritual what? Your spiritual inheritance. Because you cannot have what your father doesn't have. That one you must know. You cannot have what your father doesn't have. Do you understand? The Lord can decide to increase to you the spirit of holiness that is in your father, but you cannot have what he doesn't have. Do you understand? Same applies is that you cannot have what what he has if you are not honoring him, or if you are disrespecting him in your heart. I'm not talking about the honor of the mouth. I'm not talking about the honor of the what? Of the bowing before him, whilst you know that in your heart you are insulting him. That is your own. That is your faking, and that is your own. It is your own gymming that you're doing. It is your own gimmick, and it is your own drama that you're doing, which will not profit you nothing. Do you understand, children of God? Before you bow before the spiritual parent, bow in your heart first. Do you understand? Bow in your heart first. Practice how to not speak wrong about him, even though you see that there are tendencies that are not for you, because he is not yours. He is a man of God, meaning he is of God. You go to God about him and you keep quiet. Do you understand, children of God? Back to spiritual inheritance. So you see now, children of God, that the reason why we don't have spiritual inheritance, it is because why? We are robbing ourselves and we don't have knowledge. Do you understand, children of God? Spiritual inheritance, okay, is wider. In our families, in our families, our parents, our mothers and our grandparents, they carry what? Spiritual inheritance for us. Do you understand? So now, if now the foundation is defiled, and you see that there's witchcraft power in our families, or evil altars in our families, those are what? Our spiritual inheritance. That is what we get now, and that is what we receive in the spiritual realm, is the spirit of witchcraft, spirit of marine kingdom, spirit of, do you understand, name it, fornication, lust spirit, divorce, drunkenness, and drugs. Those are what are your spiritual inheritance. Should your foundation not be cleansed, should you not be focused in the class of salvation, and should you not endure the process of you being delivered, should you not mourn for deliverance, and should you not be a focused student in the class, then you are going to remain there in that spiritual inheritance that is defiled by the darkness. Because the same way that the Father, who is God, brings inheritance to us through his spirit, so is the same way the devil does it. He brings his inheritance to us. Do you understand? Through his spirit. Do you understand, children of God? Through the foundation that we are laid onto. That is why we should be converted into the foundation that has been laid by the apostles and the prophets, where Jesus Christ is the chief cornerstone for us to get this spiritual inheritance from what? From our fathers. Do you see now, child of God? I said it, and I want you to really, 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 really understand this thing. Go and wash your mouth. The things that you have said about your spiritual father, go and wash your mouth. Go and wash your heart. The things that you have said about your spiritual father, because it is not about those things that you have said, but it's about the devil happy that you will be robbed of spiritual inheritance that you are supposed to be getting from what? From your father. Because the Father who is in heaven is the Father of order. He will not give you no inheritance if you do not have a father, number one. He will not give you no inheritance if you have a father and you are dishonoring the father. Do you understand? You have to understand that one. If you're dishonoring the father and you're doing the fake and all that, you're doing the honoring of the eyes, you are robbing yourself, because he that sees in secret will do what? Will reward you in public. Do you understand? So we are useless the way that you are useless in the church, because why? We have not learned what is honor, and we have not understand that honor does not come on how they treat us, on how they talk to us, because we are children anyway. We don't even know how to be treated. And do you understand? Do you understand? So we are made by the devil to what? To dishonor them and to say all sort of things about them, what we are thinking, the thoughts that the darkness is putting into our minds, so that we are robbed of spiritual inheritance. That is why we are not manifesting in the callings that we are supposed to manifest, because to those that are called. That's why we are not manifesting in the assignment and the purposes that we are called. That is why we are not manifesting even in the businesses that we are trying to grow. Because why? We are not honoring the spiritual parent. It is the spiritual parent that releases things for us in the spiritual realm. Do you understand? It is him. It is even delaying him, because why? Even him, he cannot receive what? A breakthrough in the spiritual realm. Because why? God would not like to see the father being prospering without the children being prospering. Because when the father is prospering, then it means the children are what? Are being prospering. Do you understand? So now there will be a delay now, because there's order in the spiritual realm. There will be a delay, and then the father will withhold the blessings of the father. Because automatically when the father is blessed, so are the children is supposed to be blessed. So now what is happening now? The father will be stagnated, the children will be stagnated. It is all because why? You are at fault, children of God. Learn how to honor, so that you can receive your spiritual inheritance, so that you can be able to manifest in God. You can be able to manifest in the character of God, so that you can be able to manifest in the ways of God and in the things of God. We are so waiting for God in you to what? To manifest. We want to hear him speak. We want to hear him bring utterance. We want to hear him manifest through you. We want to see the character of God through you. We are so await, but begin with the honor. Go and wash that mouth. Go and wash that heart. Go and wash that mindset, and say, Father, I want to start from the start. I didn't know that I was robbing myself while I was so angry with my spiritual parent, with things that I don't even know. I am a child. I don't know how it's supposed to be acting, and how it's supposed to be saying things, and how it's supposed to be to interpret things. I don't enter there because I'm a child. My own is to just bring him before you, and then that's it. And then I stand at the back. Do you understand, children of God? Don't rob yourself receiving what? Spiritual inheritance. You are blessed, son of God. This is heaven on the truth about spiritual inheritance that the Father wants to give unto you, but because of the rebellion in the church, the Father is delaying to bring inheritance. You are blessed, son of God. You are blessed. Amen.